What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. This is TWA Motorsports, and today, yes, we did buy another car, and we will get to that in just a minute. But and I'm sure that's why you guys tuned in this video. But before I do that, I wanted to give you guys kind of a quick update on the shop. What's going on? Am I in it yet? Has there been any changes? Well, yes and no. So I'm going to show you a few of the changes. First of all, we do have some grass finally starting to grow. I put some seed down almost immediately after my buddy left from doing all of the dirt work. So in areas where there's less grass, my straw has all blown off, so I'm gonna have to get some more straw, but I've been watering it every night. We haven't had a ton of rain here, although it looks like it's getting ready to rain now. We haven't had any rain, so I've literally been watering this in the morning or in the evening, and trying to go all around everywhere and getting water on it has been a lot of fun. I just set a timer and come out here and water. But so we got that going. As you can see, no, we haven't sold the Yukon yet, and so a little update on that, the Yukon is not gone. But I have done at least one thing since the last time. I don't know if all the metal was on the last time, but as far as the exterior of the building, it's pretty much finished, other than I have to get some gutters put on. But on the inside, we have done something that's pretty exciting, and it's gonna be echoey in here, guys, so sorry before we even walk in here, but that's just how it is. You could see we had spray and insulation put in. So I had a guy come out and do not only the walls all the way around, but we also did the roof. And this is closed cell spray and insulation. And guys, to me, this is gonna make it worth it once we get heat and air in here. So I think eventually I'll put heat and air in here. I know I'll for sure put heat in. I'm not sure about air yet, but it's gonna make it really efficient. So, and to be honest with you, the guy that I talked to that did this, he said it actually increases the structural stability of the building by 180%. This stuff is really hard. It's not the open cell that you would spray in most homes. It's the closed cell, so it's hard. It doesn't like expand out and you have to trim it off. And anyway, I talked to him about doing this before I did the wiring, and he said, I would do the wiring second, but it's up to you. He said we can do either way. So we've chosen, as you can see, there's no wiring in here. Me and my dad are hopefully gonna start that either this week or next week and start pulling some wire at least. But that's what has been done since you guys have last seen the video. So I know not a lot of progress. We've also had some filler somebody came out and put filler on the floor, the guy who did the concrete. And the grinder, guys, is supposed to be here this week. So we will just have to see. Believe me, I'm ready to get stuff in here. If it wasn't for the concrete floor not being done, I would already have stuff on this floor. But I'm trying to hold out. Once we get the floor complete, then we'll go down, or we'll get all the stuff and start moving stuff over here, because I can work around that while we're wiring. And if I decide to put metal up, I don't know how soon I'm gonna do that. I just wanna get the wiring done mainly so I can have some light in there. But for now, if I can just get the floor finished, I'll drag an extension cord out here and do work with like a drop light or something, because it'll give me the ability to not have something outside. And if it's raining or it's dark, because it's starting to get dark earlier, I'll have the ability to do basically work of an evening. So as you guys know, I have a full-time job, so there's not a ton of time with like all the stuff that's going on to work on stuff. So the more light and inside work I can do, the better. Anyway, so the reason you guys probably tuned into this video is because we got a new car, right? So as you can tell from the thumbnail, like I said before, we did trade off my wife's ATS-V. So we've been on a long basketball weekend, and this is the actual day that I'm putting up this video. So we're talking real time here. We just got home with this thing last night, and so I wanted to show you guys what I decided to buy. So normally, as you guys know, if you've watched this channel very long, I'm a GM guy, right? So everything I buy is GM, from trucks, cars. It's been a while since I've stepped outside of that GM platform, and this one is outside of that GM platform. And it's actually something that makes me a little leery, but it was something that we've wanted. We needed more room. That ATS-V, my wife actually picked me up to go to lunch one day on a day off that we were working out here, and the car seat in the back, the ATS-V just doesn't fit this family. So we had to do something, and I went back and forth on whether I should buy another SS. She didn't love that car. She just didn't love the look of it. I actually thought it was probably one of the nicest cars we've had. I looked at V3s, so CTS-V V3s, so the third generation, and ultimately I decided to try something a little bit different, because as I said, always buy GM. The last, I think, non-GM product we had, I bought my wife a 2016 Mustang. That didn't last long. Obviously with 2 kids, we don't fit very well. But Anyway, no, I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to show you what it is, and we'll talk about it as we're walking around it. But this is it, guys. I know it's not GM, and well, it's an Audi, and it's the first Audi I can say I've owned, because I've never owned an Audi before. And like I said, I'm a little leery about it. As a matter of fact, on the way home, I got a service engine light, and so that's probably not a good start. I think it's something simple. Chances are when they filled it up at the gas station, they probably put cheap gas in it, maybe didn't get the, I haven't even scanned it yet, so I don't know. But it seems like, from what I've read on these things, I did a ton of research on reliability and whatnot, and it seems like it's something simple, maybe an oxygen sensor even. So I'm gonna hope, like I said, I haven't even scanned it yet. I'm gonna do that and at least see what the error was, delete it, and see if it comes back. No issues with it driving. Drove and rode great. But what is it? It's an Audi RS7. So they make 3 variants of this car. They make an A7, which is kind of your entry level. They make an S7, which is a supercharged 6-cylinder. And then they make this guy, which is the big dog, and it is a twin turbo V8. And I think, and like I said, guys, you're gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they make roughly around 550 horsepower. They are all-wheel drive, so I thought it would be nice for my wife in the winter. And obviously the room is really what drove us to changing vehicles. It has a ton more room in it, but no, this is actually not a wrap. It is flat gray. So this is a factory color that Audi came out with. It's called Daytona Matte, and I absolutely love it. You're not gonna see another one like it. You're not gonna be driving down the road and see another one. And like I said, I wanted to kind of step outside of my comfort zone. I've been teetering with selling other cars to buy a rear engine platform, and Audi is probably the way I would go, either an R8 or an older Gallardo or something. Eventually that is the dream of mine, to have one of those cars. So this is kind of a step towards that, I guess you would say. But these cars have always been ridiculously expensive. I've always liked them, but they were just, honestly guys, these are 130, I think 130-ish thousand dollars brand new. And they're just, to me, I would never pay $130,000 for it. So obviously we paid quite a bit less. And if you guys want to know down the road, I can make a video on what they cost and how much I pay for insurance and all of that jazz. If you would like, let me know in the comments. But so, like I said, I kind of gave you the basic rundown. Twin turbo V8. It's a 4.0 liter. 21-inch wheels, 6-piston front calipers, all-wheel drive. Just the color, guys. The color is pretty much what sold me. My wife loves the gray, and that's really why she missed the CTS-V, and we actually bought it twice, is because of the color. So this matte gray is so much different than anything we've ever seen. She really, really liked the color, and she doesn't get really excited about cars. She told me that she's kind of jaded to cars because we go through them so often. She doesn't get real attached, but I think it's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful, and it has, I'm going to show you guys on the inside. We'll get a startup clip, and I might even take it down the road here. But the spoiler is up right now. You can control the spoiler, move it up and down. I think it's more for looks. I don't really think you're going to gain much as far as that goes. But let's look at the interior, because the interior is just as striking as the outside, in my opinion. The quality of leather on this thing is impeccable. That diamond stitch in the seat reminds me of the Lamborghini. It's just such a beautiful interior. Now, I will tell you that as far as like a brand new, so let's say a 2020, as far as the electronics, they're somewhat dated, but still has Bluetooth, still has some really odd options that I've never seen. It has lane departure and adaptive cruise and all that, which was really nice driving home. But I don't know, it's like some of the stuff at night, like all these logos on the door, this all lights up, both front and back. But you guys can see that obviously we have a lot more room in this thing. Now, it doesn't hold 5 people like the car did before, but I don't know that 5 people want to get in the ATS-V anyway. Anyway, I'm going to set you guys up on the on a tripod so you guys can hear it start up, because it does have like bi-mode exhaust similar to Corvettes. So when it starts up, it generally starts up, if you're in dynamic mode, it starts up with the flaps open, and then they close, and then they only open back up at 5,500 or above RPM. So you just get a quick clip of what it is, and then we'll go inside of it. I'll show you some of the trick stuff on the inside, and we'll go maybe down the road for a ride. So let's see if we can get this exhaust note to show up on camera, or at least you guys hear it. that's with them open. Yeah, they're open. I can see them. See if I can put you guys where you can see in there. Oh, I think they're going closed. Yep, they just closed up. Oh, now you can hear it's not loud at all. Super quiet. And it's really dirty right now, guys. Like I said, I just got back. I did wipe some of the bugs off of it, but let's get in this thing and we'll talk about some of the quirks and features on the inside. Now, hopefully it's not going to beep the whole time. All right, let's look at some of this stuff. You can see my engine light, my service engine light. We'll address that. So on the inside, it's really awkward because, you know, in the Cadillac, everything was touchscreen. So as far as like all the functionality of the screen up top, what you just touched on the screen. Well, on the Audis, you actually use this selector to go back and forth between different modes. And then you have obviously like radio and media, telephone, nav. You can go back to the menu and you can swing through all these. And then if you don't want to see this, well, I want to show you one more thing actually. If you put it in reverse, obviously we have a backup camera, so you can see that. But you can also toggle between different cameras. So you have two cameras in the back, so you can see both sides. You can go and see forward, so if you're pulling up to a curb, or if you want to see side to side, you can see on both sides of the curb. And then you have a view from the top to show you how close you are to something else. So kind of cool because we didn't have that in the last one. And it makes it nice when these things are low that you can, you know, pull up to a curb and not worry about raking it up on a curb, which is kind of a pain. But so anyway, we've got that. If you want to get the screen out of the way, you absolutely can. You just push this button and it folds into the dash and it's out of your way. Honestly, guys, it doesn't obstruct any vision because it comes up right even with the hood. So as far as I'm concerned, now my wife's a little shorter, it might bother her. Also has heads-up display, everything you could possibly think of as far as like I said, lane departure, and it'll automatically correct and keep you in the lane. Adaptive cruise, which is really nice when you're driving somewhere. It's really awkward. The start button is here in the center. It's on the right side, whereas GM stuff's mostly up here. So that was take some getting used to. But one of the really neat things, I'm going to pop this screen back open. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you go to car and you go, see up here in the top it says raise, it actually has air ride on it. So we can lift the front of this thing up or lower it. So right now it's going down, and we'll go out and check it out. A little bit lower in the front, now it's coming back up. Can you tell it's coming back up? How crazy is that? We'll push it again. There it goes. See the front going back down? How crazy is that, guys? How crazy is that? We got that air ride. It's not like a cool truck air ride, but it's still cool nonetheless. I do have it in dynamic mode. I will tell you guys it shifts a little crazy in dynamic mode, but let's take this thing down the road because it's pretty quiet. I'm pretty impressed with it as far as like how it runs and drives, but I know what you guys want to see, and that's launching. So we're gonna launch this thing right here. Actually, I might let it warm up just a hair more. We'll go down the road and come back. And I thought with it being like all-wheel drive and obviously V8 that we would get terrible mileage, but this thing averages about 23 miles per gallon, which is pretty impressive for all-wheel drive V8. Of course, it does require premium fuel. Like I said, I think that's probably part of the reason that the service engine light's on. My guess is the dealership didn't put premium fuel in it, but I really like this car, guys. I really do. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna bail on GM just yet, but it's nice. It's really nice. We'll see if we got it up. It's pretty good on temperature now. We let it idle for a bit. We'll go up here and see if we can do a launch, because that's the impressive part, is because it's all-wheel drive, These cars supposedly run like 11.6s in the quarter at like 120, 124-ish, I think, or 123. And I'm sure we're probably pulling a little bit of timing with that service engine light on, so I don't know that it's gonna be quite as crazy as it would be if that weren't on, or if we figure out what's going on there. But I do know it has good gas in it now, because obviously we had to fill it up on the way home. So it's got 93 in it. And I don't know, guys, with the tune, these things can go like in the 10s. So I don't know. I thought I'd do that with my wife's last car in the ATS-V, but I never did. So chances are I probably won't do that, but believe me, I'm thinking about it. I guess I need to put my seatbelt on. I'm not even paying attention here. And then we'll give it a launch here in the road. All right. Hopefully I can hold the camera steady. Golly, it's crazy. It's crazy because it doesn't really spin. It did spin a little there, but it doesn't. It just hooks and goes. So, you know, most of the time, like in the Cadillac, if we'd have done that without the traction control on, it would have just blown the tires off. And oh my gosh, I should have my son come out and we should take a video beside it when it's launching. Anyway, I'm going to turn around. We'll go back to the house, and there's a couple other things I want to show you. I want to show you that spoiler, kind of how it works. Like I said, I don't really think there's a point in it, as far as like, I don't think it gets you any, like, maybe if you were on a track and really pushing this thing in the corners, maybe it does something as far as aero goes, but I think it's more for looks than it is anything. So we're back here at the house, and sorry this thing's beeping. It keeps telling you to turn the ignition off before leaving the car, but I wanted to show you the spoiler. So as you guys know, the spoiler is down right now. So in order to put it up, this little button right here, you push it and the spoiler raises up. So like I said, I don't know that it actually does anything as far as aero goes. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. For you got Audi guys out there that may be watching this, let me know what you think. But I need to clean this thing up, guys. I just wanted to give you guys, well, I wanted to show you what I bought. You know, I was excited about it. Like I said, I've never owned an Audi. Not once in my life have I owned an Audi. It's all been GM. Owned a couple Fords in there. I have owned a couple like Civics back in the day, just to drive back and forth to work, as far as for gas mileage purposes, and they were cheap. They were just junkers. Nothing real nice. Just like I said, mainly for gas reasons. But let me know what you guys think. I think I love this car. Now, I'm not bailing. I promise you, I'm not bailing on GM. We're still going to work on the Trans Am, which hopefully once we get in the shop, the Trans Am will snowball really quickly, because I do have a majority of the parts at this point. Same thing with like the old Chevy truck. I want to get an LS swap in it. Of course, we need to finish up the green truck that's in the garage. But let me know what you guys think. Like I said, hit the comments. If you do like this video, if you like this new car, go down there and smash that thumbs up button. While you're down there doing all that, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe and ring the bell icon. That notifies you every time we drop a new video. And stay tuned to see what we work on next.